At least 10 people were killed in a Russian missile strike on an apartment building in southern Ukraine overnight. And former President Donald Trump is expected to appear in a federal court in Miami today. Good morning. I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. A Russian missile slammed into an apartment building in southern Ukraine before dawn today, killing at least 10 people and wounding about 24 others. NPR's Greg Myrie reports this is the latest in a long series of Russian attacks that have hit civilian targets.
The missile strike caused deaths, injuries, and massive damage to the 5-story apartment block as residents were sleeping. The building was still smoldering after sunrise in the southern city of Kryvyi Rih. Russia continues to fire missiles and drones into Ukraine almost every night. Ukraine's Air Force said it shot down 11 of the 14 incoming Russian missiles, but 2 managed to hit Kryvyi Rih. The city was already reeling from the destruction of a major dam last week. The city was getting 70% of its water from a reservoir created by the dam. Officials say the city now faces severe water shortages. Greg Myrie, NPR News, Kyiv.
Former President and 2024 Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump is now in southern Florida. NPR's Franco Ordonez reports he's getting ready for his first appearance in a federal courtroom in Miami.
The former president faces unprecedented criminal charges over his handling of classified materials. But those close to his campaign say he will not give an inch. Former aides like Brian Lanza, who remains in very close contact with the campaign, acknowledge it's a challenge. But he says the former president and his team also see this as an opportunity to rally support around a key campaign message, that there is a double standard of treatment at the Justice Department.
That there's a dual track of judicial system in the United States that appears to be, thumb on a scale towards conservatives and benefiting liberals.
The campaign is already fundraising on the effort, and Trump's expected to publicly address the indictment several hours after appearing in court. Franco Ordonez, NPR News.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy appears to have resolved a dispute with a small group of very conservative lawmakers. They were angry over his agreement with President Biden to lift the debt ceiling. The lawmakers had blocked all House floor action for a couple of days last week. They even blocked bills that had Republican support. McCarthy is acknowledging that he could face future obstacles from extremely conservative House members. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker has signed a bill that outlaws book bans in his state. He says efforts to silence writers have been focused on marginalized communities, including LGBTQ Americans and authors who write about Black history.
Illinois' young people shouldn't be kept from learning about the realities of the world. I want them to become critical thinkers, exposed to ideas that they disagree with, proud of what our nation has overcome, and thoughtful about what comes next.
The law will withhold grant funding from Illinois libraries that pull books from their shelves. This is NPR.